Hello everybody, welcome back to Joseki with Dummies, in particular the Endgame with Vail. I'm Vail. We're going to be looking at two more Endgame problems, this time on an 11 by 11 board. Last week we started with some 9 by 9 stuff. Now we're getting a little bit more advanced, and we always want to remember the importance of categorizing our moves. So we want to make sure that we get our double sente moves in first, then look for sente moves or one-sided sente moves, then reverse sente moves, and then gote moves in that order. So I have not, as is typical, I have not looked at the answer to these problems, but we are trying to find, in this case, the best moves for black. So I will now pause the video and look at this with you. Feel free to pause, and then we'll come back and make our best guess, and then we will check the answer. All right. All right, so hopefully you had a chance to take a look at this problem yourself. I have to admit, I think I'm going to fail this one. I am not very good at endgame, so that's why we're doing this. But at the same time, I just cannot figure out a way for black to win. Now, it's possible, I haven't checked, it's possible that maybe black isn't supposed to win. Maybe black's already lost this and we're just supposed to find the best endgame moves. But I cannot figure out a way for black to make up the points here. It seems pretty obvious to me that this has to be the first move for black. Otherwise, black will lose these three stones. However, it does end in gote for black. I don't see any sente moves here at all. It looks like this is pretty much alive. So therefore, the only thing left to think about is this eye here, and this point here. And any particular sequence of moves here, if white takes this eye, black takes this eye, and then this is basically just white doesn't need to play here. So white could pass, and then after passing, we would get this, right? And then just fill in the dame. And this is our game. This appears on the score estimator to be a win for white by 7.5. So let's pause here. I will check the book and I'll see where we went wrong. Okay, so I've checked the answer, and one thing I want to clarify, it looked like white was 7.5 points ahead. However, while that wasn't clear in the book, it appears that none of these problems are using komi. So if we were to play out the scenario as seen here, as we saw before, this would um, turn into a win by 1 point. This would be a 1 point win after dame is filled because there is no komi for white. That having been said, I foolishly missed this. This is, I guess, a tesuji in the sense that this diagonal move means that white cannot play here at a6 directly. Neither can white play here at b7. So therefore, it plays out slightly differently. And knowing that white can't make any approach moves on the left side, we'll poke out black's eye here. However, black will do the same to white's eye. And then when this preparation move occurs, black would just fill, and that's the end of the game. And then when we calculate, oh, I have to mark these as dead. I don't know if I can do that on this score estimator. Let's see. Yeah. We notice that white is winning by 5.5, which, of course, it's 6.5 komi. So black is ahead by 1 point. So that is our first problem, and this was the key move. Realizing that black could play this diagonal move. You know, the funny thing is I saw this and thought that it wouldn't work because of the push, and it's just a rookie mistake because this move is Atari, right? So obviously this move works. Okay, let's move on to our second life and death or endgame problem, which looks like this. So this is best moves for white. So again, I have not examined the answers here. I will pause and deuce and take a look and try to figure them out for myself, and I encourage you to do the same. Okay, so having looked at this, perhaps first off we look at this move because it looks interesting, which ends in a capture, but a gote capture for black, in which case white can keep sente by playing here, here, and then there. However, this ends. I fixed the Komi problem, so this ends with a win by black by 1 point. So this doesn't work. So what I think we do is we take this move first. I think this move first because um, if if black maybe fills this for or does something else, then this ends with more loss. This is a um, this capture leads to another capture later. So look, examining that, I think that this is the best move for white to start off. In which case, black would fill, and then black would fill here, and then white would make this move, which black can ignore. But the only move black has left on the board to take away a point for white is here. In which case, white would then Atari. After black fills, white would fill, and this ends with a win for white by 1. So by following the sente, the correct pattern of double sente, um, double sente, one-sided sente, reverse sente, and then gote moves, doing that in that order, and gets the biggest payoff in the end. Let's see if I got the answers right, however. Okay, it looks like I was close, but no banana, unfortunately. So apparently, by making the moves that I thought were correct, playing something. First off, this move is bigger than C11. They are both one-sided sente moves. So play the one that has the bigger payoff first. This would be 2 points. Mm, apparently, this is not worth 2 points because if black ignores it, then what happens? I guess this is a ko. I guess it turns into a ko, which we don't need. So the order is take your biggest one-sided sente moves first, and in this case, this is bigger than this. So after black connects, white can play here. After black connects, my guess would have been to play this move, but this is wrong because black would connect, and notice now black is threatening to make another eye. So white has to poke that eye out, in which case black would poke out one of white's eyes. And this ends in failure for white by 1 point. So the after these two reverse or one-sided sente moves have been taken, this is the correct move. Because now, no matter where black plays, black cannot get another eye here. Um, so after blocking here, then white has the opportunity to come back and fill in this eye space here. If black does this first, white can go like this. But white does not need to respond to this move. So therefore, um, you can take that sente and play at J6. And I believe this ends in a white winning by 1 point. So I think what I've learned here is that I need to brush up on what my one-sided Sente point values are worth. And then I need to keep an eye out. This was interesting because in this case, in this scenario, I did not see at all that this allowed black to threaten another eye. So the vital point here was this move. Even though it's symmetrical, this move is the better point. Very interesting. Even if I think even if black plays here, I suppose by doing this, it still requires. This is still Sente because if how does that work? Let me see what the score estimator says there. Yeah, white still wins. Okay, so what that's telling me is that it matters. These types of moves matter because they could set up a potential for your opponent to make an extra eye depending on how they respond. So reading out how that would go down is very important. But that is Endgame with Vail for this week. Please make sure to check out our other videos. We have various playlists, one all about branching paths of Joseki. We have Life and Death. We have more endgame videos and a lot more content. So please like, subscribe, comment below, and I will see you in a few days. Take care.